Hello, my name is Stas and this is my channel STASSKLASS. This is my first video with my voice. I hope you forgive me my English. I am sure that in 2-3 months I will speak much better and the quality of my lessons will increase. I really hope that this video will be more useful than my previous video tutorials. Today I will show you the process of creating a corset from serial The Boys. I provide 3 ready-made templates for the corset. You can find their parameters in the description. You can find this template in my Etsy store. Also, my patrons will be able to find this template on my Patreon page. The first step is to cut out the details from Maeve form. Also, at this stage I make notes and lines for gluing other parts. I usually use 5mm Maeve form. This is a universal thickness for corsets. For finer details I use 2 or 3mm of Maeve form. I use a stationary knife for cutting. I often change blades because they become blunt. To transfer the line to another piece of Maeve, I use a pen. Just push harder and draw along the line several times. You will see the track on the other side and repeat it with the pen. If you cannot cut such a thin circle, cut only a star. Then cut 2 straight strips of thin Maeve foam and glue the strips along the contour. Here I marked the places for gluing in advance. We will use this later for fixing this part. Here we will make a beautiful bevel for details. We will make a beautiful cut of the corner. I will show one more method. It is safer. You must take the sharp blades and hold the knife at an angle of 45 degrees. Then press and don't release the knife. Keep it along the edge. You can also use this method to prepare your parts for gluing. Often you need to prepare the edges at the right angle. Here we make a shallow incision. You can also use this method to prepare your parts for gluing. Often you need to prepare the edges at the right angle. Most often it is an angle of 45 degrees. Here we make a shallow incision. For the lateral parts we must make shallow cuts and notches. This will help us shape our part. Now I will show how to make a drawing for the belt. In fact, the drawing is simple and you can repair it yourself. You can use the template, as shown here. You can also draw the grid yourself and colorize it by pencils. First, line the lines at an angle and then repair the pattern with rectangles. Next, I use a knife and draw rectangles along the lines. The main thing is not to get confused. Make shallow cuts, notches, and then hit everything with a heat gun. Your cuts will expand and create a pattern. Now we just heat the parts and give them shape, warm palms from two sides. Here I use a sphere, 10 cm diameter. You can also use your knee, it's not joke. You need a round object to form the cups of the chest. It can be a ball for playing from a children's store or another similar item. This will help you to give a beautiful shape. Now we move on to gluing. What can you use? I love hot glue. You can also use special glues for your foam, barge or contact cement or super glue. Choose your favorite. Also here I use different levels. Since we have an Maeve thickness of 5 mm, we have place to move the part in different levels. We will shift it by 2 mm. To connect two breast cups we need to fill the void. We cut the strip at an angle from an unnecessary piece and glue it on one of the halves. In this way we are building up the missing triangle and creating support for a solid connection. Here we have to make a gluing control point. Glue it evenly and without displacement. Then we move the edges and fix them with hot glue. There is nothing complicated, just fix the details with glue and fill the void and corners with hot glue. Now cut a strip 2 or 3 centimeters wide. We will use the strips as support, the back level for our main parts. Glue parts and cut off unnecessary pieces. Stick the parts according to our per-market lines. For gluing, we prepared special places in advance. What I recommend for yellow foam as primer? I recommend to use water dispersion rubber paint for facade paint, for wall decor. It is important that the paint has the following properties: elastic, without smell, flexible, durable. I recommend you do some test. Choose your brand. Not every paint works well. I tried 3 different companies until I found mine. Each country has its own brands and firms. Maybe you are lucky and you will find your primer on the first try. How to apply? I apply and smear with a brush. Then I take a sponge and remove the stains. Make blotting movements. Apply 2 coats of primer if you are unhappy. Then I paint everything black. I also paint with a brush and then use a sponge. I remove stains and excess paints. It's very convenient and it turns out a uniform color. I use acrylic paints. Here I used gray and then I painted over black the places where I was sloppy. Here I already used antique silver and then I painted over black the places where I was sloppy. You can use a brush and sponge for painting here. I use a dark red paint, burgundy color, or another shades of red. How to wear over corset. You can glue strips with holes and make a lacing like a regular corset. I didn't have any special fitting and will show you a method with sewable snaps right now. I took 3 sewable snaps and a regular rubber band. I sewed it all and glued it to the corset on hot glue. You can use this method for many of your projects, fasten your armor and other corsets. It's very convenient. If you haven't done this before, make cuts and drag your belts there. Fix your belts inside with hot glue. For fastening your belts, I recommend using Velcro. This tape consists of 2 parts and it's one of the best solutions for fastening armor. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe to my channel, share this video. I hope it was helpful. Look for this template in my Etsy store and on my Patreon page. I will improve the quality of my videos and my English. See you later.